Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show, a brand new season of inspirational stories. And the show is about conversations that matter. We invite people from all walks of life to come and share their transformational stories. And we have yet another wonderful story to share with you today. We have a woman out of Toronto, Canada, and she is a woman who wears many hats. She calls herself a serial entrepreneur, and she is working very hard to break new ground in an industry in real estate relating particularly to the aging community, which is happening right across the world. You know, people are living longer, and they need their needs to be accommodated in the right way with the right person, and this woman is the person to do it. So please welcome Desiree Tuiitt to the show, the founder of Golden Dream Living. Please welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm great, Nikki. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for your time today. I know you're a very busy lady.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, no, my pleasure. So let's get to it. We want to know a little bit about your background leading up to what you are doing today.
Okay. So as you indicated, I am a realtor. However, I like to think of it as a realtor with a twist. By that I mean that, it is a twist to it because I do several things that are outside of the scope of real estate. So beginning with a little bit about me, when I first got into the real estate industry, I found that it was a bit oversaturated with too many realtors. And being the person that I am, I had to find a niche within the industry. And that led me to finding the senior real estate specialist designation. And, as I've said before, it's one of those things that when you connect all the dots to your previous experiences in life, it's funny how, if you're paying attention, that is, everything makes sense. So at an early age, I worked as a candy striper. I then worked as a dietary aide, both in the geriatric sections of the hospital. My mother... Yes, volunteering to do it from the age of 13. My mother had me doing that, and that was probably because she's a geriatric nurse. So growing up with a young mother, I got to sort of, in quotes, go to school with her and learn more of an appreciation for working with the elderly. And most recently, I had a business that was delivering prescription medications for pharmacies. So again, the patients in that industry are primarily aging people, and I got to see the best and the worst case scenarios, which led me to turn my focus solely to working with people going through late life moves and working with their family members to make that transition a lot less tedious, so to speak.
Absolutely. All right. So with that comes a new passion in your life, and then you develop the company. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. It's funny. I went to a networking breakfast this morning at 7 a.m. with Chartwell, which is one of the many retirement residences I work with. And when you're surrounded by a group of people who are truly passionate about what they do, in this case, working with the aging, it's amazing the energy that flows with it, and you really know that you're in the right place. You don't feel out of place. You just know you're in the right place at the right time. And it's really what the plan is that's laid out for you. It's really what God's plan is for you. So definitely I know I'm in my passion. It actually prompted me to record an impromptu video on the way home driving because I was feeling so much love and so happy that I finally found something I love to do.
That is fantastic. And you know that you're truly in alignment when you see that happening, that whatever you're doing, which is good energy, it's just becoming very effortless in all the things that are attracted to you. Do you find that happening?
Exactly. I definitely do. I find it happening. I find a lot more people asking me questions, because it's amazing how many people, especially adult children, are going through these conversations or trying to find a way to start these conversations with their parents, because as you said, people are living longer. That's a fact. Now, when people weren't even living that long, they were questioning about how much can they afford to live. Now it's even a bigger question. And it's not even just how do you live, how do you age safely? How do you age with grace? As I say, growing old with grace. How do you do that? And these are all things that, all through life we're taught about. We're taught how to handle kids when they're growing up babies from terrible twos. We're taught about middle age. We're taught about teenage. We're never really taught about what it's like to be an older person, because all through life you're looking forward. You're looking forward to the next step until you get to a certain point where now you're looking back, like, what is my legacy? And that's the question that these people are asking. What is my legacy? How will I be remembered? And also the loss of control. So once you understand that mindset, it really changes the shift in thinking and how you communicate with them.
Wow, that is amazing, and it's really important to understand the dynamics of what seniors need, because they have their own set of interests. They have a certain activity, and they also have a fixed income. So we have to keep all that in mind when we're, coordinating things for them. So when you're meeting with the aging community, what are some of the assessments you make when you're putting their needs together? What are you hearing from the conversations you're making?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, most people want to stay at home, which is called aging in place, staying put in the house that you're comfortable in the community that you're comfortable in, with the neighbors and friends that you're comfortable in. However, that is not the most ideal situation for most people. To age at home successfully, the first thing you should do proactively is have someone like myself. I am certified to come into the home and do a thorough inspection for safety. Have someone come in and check the home for safety. When I say that, I'm not talking about major upgrades. You could make a more universal design out of your home, but I'm talking about simple things like area rugs, the color of your paint, grab bars, and that stuff around your house. So that is the first thing, is how practical is it to modify the home? What sort of costs would be attached to it? And then from that, it's also, what are your medical needs? There are a lot of home care services that come by and provide companionship. They provide meal preparation, bathing, all these different things, medical needs. And then what is the support you have from your family? Are your kids able to come by, help you put the garbage out, do little errands here and there? And social interaction is a big part of it. If you've just lost a spouse or you're just alone by yourself, social interaction is one of the biggest causes for people's health and declining. And we found that when you are placed in, you can go to an adult daycare, or even if you look at a retirement residence, when you're placed with stimulation, and there's so many programs, I can't even begin to name them, that they have in these residences, that you'll really see the health begin to pick up as well. And it becomes less burdensome, because we as adult children, we love our parents, but we're busy. Life takes over. We have children of our own. They have events. We have work. It's a lot to take on. And it can even be more comfortable when your parents are in a residence, for example, where, as opposed to having to come and look after mom and dad now, you can actually enjoy your time with them, because all of that stuff is being taken care of. There's a whole wide spectrum of issues that we address, but it all comes down to what is the best fit for the person at this moment. And then we look at, say, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And then there's always the big what if. What if the health suddenly changes? It's better to know what your living options are, as opposed to being forced into it, because then you have them not wanting to be. Then there's a lot of anger and aggression issues that we're dealing with. So it's just having the conversation.
Absolutely. And I find that when you have these conversations, it nurtures a trusting relationship, because, when people are investing themselves into someone who are, you're brand new, you're a new face, you have a good idea, but it's to overcome that hesitation. But when you have the conversation and you're speaking their language, and you're coming from a place of complete understanding, that, it breaks down walls, and you're able to have that really amazing rapport that takes you to amazing places. So I think it's congratulations for, getting into an area that not many people have treaded in the past, but you're doing amazing that way. So what's next for you? Are you doing any seminars, any workshops?
Yes, as I said, I went to a networking brunch this morning, and I made a lot of great connections with different home care residents, home care organizations, and retirement residences. So there is plans for more seminars. I also put on my own seminars as well, and that information could be found on my website, which is goldendreamliving.com. There is a calendar section where it'll be populated. And as well, I've recently joined a real estate team, which is the Peterson team. They're based out of Mississauga, but do not let that, turn you off. We are geographical, not we're demographic, not based on demographics, not geographics. And with the team, it gives me more reach. There's 10 of us working. 5 of us are certified to do this. I'm spearheading the whole thing. But definitely it's a need because you can't escape aging. You definitely cannot escape aging. So you might as well address the possible issues you may face ahead of time as opposed to after the fact, which leads to it's less stressful and daunting.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, like I said, I think you're, paving amazing new ground in terms of a community that hasn't really been tapped into much, and the way it can coordinate very well for them in terms of how they choose to live and where they choose to live. So where can people find you? Where can they connect with you, Desiree, on social media?
Okay. Well, so if you type in hashtag Golden GOLDEN Dream DREAM Living LIVING, that leads you to all of my sites. I always put that hashtag to make it easier for people. As I said earlier, my website is goldendreamliving.com, and you can also find me on thepetersonteam.ca. Again, there's a lot of realtors who may have the senior real estate specialist designation. I've furthered my education to have 2 other designations on top of that. And truthfully, it's not even about the designations. It's about your love and passion for it, because working with the aging is not something that's meant for everyone. It is not like traditional real estate where you're looking for a quick sale. It's not always about the sale. It's really about patience, compassion, understanding. Actually, I have an acronym. My acronym is that I help you craft your dream lifestyle. And CRAFT stands for I'm compassionate, reliable, approachable, flexible, and thorough. And these are all the qualities I think that encompass someone who wants to work in this industry and really excel at it.
Okay, fantastic. And I would add another thing. It's about relationships, right? It's about those amazing relationships that help you grow as well as enhance the life of the person that's come into your world. So I want to thank you very much for what you do. Thank you very much for sharing some great news with us on the Nikki Clarke Show, which just launched on Jaundoo Radio out of New York City. So thank you. Thank you very much for listening to the show. And we're going to be here every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to noon on this new channel. So, Desiree, all the best to you, and look forward to watching your progress in this amazing new area. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Nikki. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You've been listening to the Nikki Clarke Show on Jaundoo Radio, transforming lives one story at a time. Have a great day. See you another time.